So hey, how's it going? Today I'm coming to you with day number 20 inside of a 30-day video challenge. And the thing that I want to talk about today is how to market to your prospects' desire. You see, your prospects have desire, and if you market to the appropriate desire, the likelihood of them taking the next step with you will be just that much more higher. And if you don't market to the proper desire, you're going to lessen your chances of allowing those individuals to make that type of a commitment with you. If you happen to be catching me live, do me a favor and hit pound live. Let me know where you're tuning in from. And if you happen to be catching this via the replay, hit pound replay and let me know where you are tuning in from. A couple of weeks ago, I had the opportunity to see my nephew that I hadn't seen for a very long time. The very first time I met my nephew was only a couple of months old. And then I went about a year and I went almost 2 years. That they live in a different state, and I went almost 2 years before I got the opportunity to see him again. So he came. He came to my town. He came to my home a couple of weeks ago. He's about 3, and naturally, by him being here, one of the things that I wanted to be able to do is I wanted to be able to connect with him. I wanted to be able to hold him and to hang out with him, so on and so forth. That's something that I wanted to do. However, that is not something that he wanted to do. I tried a couple of different things to try and connect with him, but that's just something that is just not something that he wanted to do. So one day while he was here, we got the opportunity to hang out, me, the rest of my family and his family. We were outside in the garage, and inside of the garage, I have a basketball inside of the garage. I remember picking up the basketball, and just out of habit, just picking up the basketball, and I started to dribble the basketball. As I was dribbling the basketball, I started to notice something happen that had not happened throughout the duration of him being here. I started noticing that he was coming closer to me because he wanted to play with the basketball. Finally, I got my chance to kind of just play with him. We started to play with the basketball, and we started to connect the basketball back and forth. From that, he was able to give me a high five, and voila, that connection was made. Right. So although I've been trying to make this connection with this individual, my 3-year-old nephew, for the past couple of days, nothing I tried worked because he didn't want any of those things. Right. So the concept of need versus want, once you can connect with someone from a want standpoint based on what it is that they want, they will go ahead and make that micro commitment with you. So did my nephew. One of the times, most of the time, when we are creating marketing assets, when we're creating marketing content, one of the things that's very popular within the marketing process is something that we call a headline. What is the headline? A headline is usually the first sentence that you see via people marketing material. So for this video, right, this video, for example, has a headline and or a title, and a headline and or a title. When you go to some people's website, depending on their marketing process, and if they're using what we call direct response type of marketing, the first sentence is designed to speak to your want and then repel the first sentence is designed to speak to whatever it is that you want, and then it's also designed to overcome any type of objection. So for instance, one of the headlines that I might use in my marketing is I may use something along the lines of how to get, so I know that my audience, the individuals that I desire to work with, the individuals that I desire to make micro commitments with me, some of those individuals want more traffic. So a headline that I may use that's going to attract them and that I know that they want is I can say something along the lines of how to get more traffic for your business. That's the thing that they want without paying for ads. The thing that they don't necessarily want is they don't necessarily want to pay for ads. So that's a way that we can go ahead and attract people to us using a simple headline. But it goes a lot deeper than that. And the way that it goes a lot deeper than that is that it goes along the lines of when you have the opportunity, based on understanding your target market, based on understanding your audience, what it is that they need, and you also know what it is that they want. You want to make sure that you are marketing to the want and not necessarily the need. So I'm going to use Facebook ads as an example. A couple of years ago, I decided to buy a Facebook ads course because the promise from the course was that, hey, I'm going to show you how to grow your business using Facebook ads. At that time, that's something that I wanted. I wanted to be able to use Facebook ads because I knew that Facebook ads would give me the ability to reach more people and thereby generate more leads, so on and so forth. So I bought that because from a want standpoint, I wanted to use Facebook ads. And when I got into the course, it was a 2-month course. We did not do anything from a Facebook ad standpoint until week number 7 of the program. Why? Because there's just so many other things that needs to happen, right, before we can go and do Facebook ads, based on this individual's program. I had to understand the problem that I was solving. I had to understand the pain point of my target market. I had to understand the marketing process that I need to bring that individual through. I needed to create a marketing process. I needed to create a lead magnet. I needed to create a funnel. I needed to go ahead and set up the follow-up process. So all of these things needed to happen in order for us to launch a Facebook ad. But what happens sometimes is that if the person who is trying to market to me, or in your case, if you're trying to market to your prospective clients, when you lead with, hey, these are all of the things that you need to do in order to get the said results, sometimes they won't make that micro commitment with us because that's not necessarily what they want. Sometimes that type of a work, so those 7 weeks of work that I had to do for that course before I can launch a Facebook ad, that's not something that I wanted to do, right? And I did not think I need any of those things, right? But in order for me to be successful, I need those things. But the person that is marketing to me, or the person that you are marketing to, would not necessarily take you up on your offer if you lead with what it is that they need to do. So think about that. Think about the individuals that you're trying to work with. Think about the need and think about the want. Think about what is going to be appealing enough for them that's going to drive them closer to you. Think about the dessert versus the vegetable, right? Because if I'm looking at a plate of food and I have, some rice and some beans and some chicken, and I have a nice caramel cake, one of my favorite cakes is a caramel cake, and I have a caramel cake, right? The caramel cake is going to be a lot more appealing to me, so that way, that's the thing that I want. I want a caramel cake, but for health reasons, I need to be able to have a balanced diet. I need to be able to eat my vegetables. I need to be able to drink water, so on and so forth. But I'm going to answer to the thing that's a lot more, that looks a lot more better, and the thing that's a lot more sexier, being that the caramel cake. So think about that and implement that in your marketing process. That's all I have for you today. Again, this was video number 20 inside of a 30-day video challenge. Pound live if you're catching me live, and pound replay if you happen to be catching this via the replay. That's all I have for you for now. I'll talk to you soon.